Hey guys, it's Becky with the good hair. So I haven't talked about this in a while, but if you didn't know, well, you probably do if you follow me on social media, because I do talk about it publicly. But if you're new to my channel and you're not familiar with anything about me, my boyfriend Patrick passed away in February. So it's crazy that it's already been over 7 months. At this point, it's getting close to 8 months now. So it's coming up pretty soon, the 8-month mark, which is pretty crazy. But I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit now in this video and kind of give an update on where I feel like I am mentally and emotionally with it, and kind of what I've learned about grief, I guess, in these past several months. I have noticed that it's something that changes every day with the way you think about it, and you have better days, you have really horrible days, and I feel like I've learned that it's something that not a lot of people are going to understand, and you're going to deal with a lot of really terrible comments sometimes from people, depending on who you're interacting with, and it sucks. It's something that I didn't really feel like I was prepared for, and I didn't really realize that would happen, but I've had quite a few pretty terrible interactions with either strangers or people that I knew, and it's pretty sad and it's hard to come to terms with when you realize that people aren't going to always be very supportive. They're not always going to say the best things, unintentionally or intentionally. I've also learned that everything in your life is going to be difficult. So it's going to affect you physically, mentally, emotionally. Your entire life is different. Your entire world is different. So I know for me, I have better days, I have really bad days. I know that for me, it's affected me with YouTube and Twitter and all my other social media stuff, where I actually have been more active on Instagram in the last several months because I have found a lot of grief support pages, so that's helped me a lot. So I've been able to be really active on Instagram talking about my grief, and I haven't really felt comfortable talking about it on Twitter or YouTube as much. And also, because my Twitter is mostly political, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to be talking about politics and debating about politics and all that stuff. Once in a while I come back on there and it's great for like 2 seconds, and then it gets annoying and I'm like, okay, bye, Twitter, you're annoying. So I just am not really that active on Twitter anymore. It's just not the same anymore. I feel like your whole life isn't the same anymore, and I feel like for me, with things that used to be really fun, it just isn't the same anymore. I don't really write that often anymore. I want to get back to blogging maybe. I'm really glad when I'm able to make YouTube videos, because even that for the longest time was just not that fun, and I just didn't really want to do it very often. So I know for me, I just think about everything differently. I feel like a different person, and I feel like it changes you when you lose somebody, and your entire life and existence and your world is not the same. That's just what I think. And that's something that I've learned about myself and how I'm dealing with it, is that nothing is the same, and you have to kind of go through life without that person, and you have to learn a new normal basically. And it sucks because obviously you're like, well, I don't want this to be my normal. I don't want this to be my life, but unfortunately it is, and so you have to learn how to deal with it. And everybody's different with that. And going along with that, I've learned that there are so many people out there who are dealing with grief, and for me, it has helped to reach out to people and make connections with people who are dealing with grief as well. And obviously, it's not going to fix our grief. It's not going to change the fact that our loved ones are gone. But for me, it makes me personally feel less alone. So it really is comforting knowing that there are other people out there. And so I enjoy reaching out to people on Instagram, and I'm glad that there is a grief community out there. I feel like I've also learned, I mean, for me personally in my life, I have some transitions coming up, and I'm really excited about that. However, it sucks when the person that you want to be there isn't there, and you know, oh, this person would be so proud of me, and they're not there. So it kind of sucks. It sucks that there's that emptiness there where the person that you care about most isn't there, and the person you want to tell great news to isn't there, and the person you want to hear I'm proud of you from isn't there. That's something that's hard to grapple with, and it really sucks. If you're dealing with that and feeling those feelings, my heart goes out to you, because I'm starting to learn that when you have something great happening for you and you have this transition, you miss your person even more, because you're like, they're not here to be proud of me. So that's something that really sucks and that I never understood, and now I feel like I'm starting to feel it. I feel like for me, I just view life so differently, because I feel like I am more aware of how short life is. Even though it always feels like it's so long, it's like you spend all these years on earth and it all blends together and it feels like it's forever. But we don't know how much time we have, and so that's what's scary. I just wanted to get on here quick and talk about that and kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on where I'm at with my grief journey, I guess. And I just wanted to basically put this out there as a reminder that even though it's been a few months, that doesn't mean that anybody is cured of their grief. If you don't see somebody posting as often about their grief anymore, that doesn't mean that, oh, they feel better now. Ta-da, they're cured. That's not how it works. Grief is a lifelong journey, so it's going to be there for life. And as we go on, it'll change and shift, and we'll think about it differently and view it differently, but it's always going to be there. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there just to remind us of that. And also just to make sure that people who are dealing with grief as well, I just want you to know that you're not alone in dealing with grief. And I know it's a very lonely experience, so it really sucks. But you can leave your stories in the comments down below if you feel comfortable. If it makes you feel comforted to share the story of your person, you can feel free to do that. I want all of my social media platforms to be a safe space for people to do that, because I want to help and do everything I can in destigmatizing grief, because there is still so much stigma about it and people don't talk about it enough and people don't understand it enough. And I know that I've been guilty of it, and I did not understand grief until going through it now. So it's a horrible experience to go through, but we're all gonna go through it at some point in our lives. I feel like the sooner we start trying to destigmatize it, the better. Just going along with all mental health issues and just mental health in general, I think it's so important to break down the stigma, and if we feel comfortable to share our stories, to raise awareness and to kind of get the conversation going and make people feel more comfortable sharing their stories. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell so that you're notified when I drop new videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!